welcome once again to Capital Times. I'm Karen Agnew, and with me on the set today is somebody, again, that you're very familiar with. Heather, it's been so long. Actually, this is the only time we ever get together and gossip, so what the heck.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Heather Hutchinson, and she's from Oasis Productions. We have something very special coming up to the Capitol Theater soon. Sunday, November 3rd at 8 p.m., a show called The Sacred Earth, and Heather's going to tell us a little bit about that. Aren't you, darling?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be a very, very special evening. There's a man, a photographer called Courtney Milne, who's from the prairies. He's had a couple of books out on prairies, basically photographs from the prairies, but what he did do with his wife, his new wife, Cheryl Miller, is he traveled all over the world on a, might say, a kind of a spiritual quest, and took photographs of all sorts of spiritual places in the world. I'm just going to show you the right now a picture that's on the poster from New Zealand, I believe.
That's pretty neat.
It is. It's a beautiful picture. He does have a book now called The Sacred Earth.
Oh, yeah?
And this slideshow is in conjunction with the book. There's a foreword in it by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. He took about 30,000 photographs to get a beautiful book, and then this slideshow, which is about 248, 250 slides altogether. Wow. It will be a 2-hour slideshow. There will be a break in the middle. And along with the slideshow, Courtney is going to give us some background on a lot of these pictures and how they got taken and the trials.
So he'll be doing the narration himself then, the actual photographer. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So we'll learn all about these different places in the world. I brought along...
Tell me, the book that this is in conjunction with, it is specifically a picture book then, with captions that tell us about these spots. So what we're seeing in essence is maybe some of the best shots that were taken on his trip.
Yes, but I think that we're going to be able to see more shots than are in the book. Oh yes, many more shots than what you see in the book. Also, his wife wrote sort of a pilgrim's not progress, but a pilgrim's journey. That's a smaller book that sort of told about the how-to of how we got to these places and the things that we had to go through to get these particular shots. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, there's one beautiful story of...
Tell.
Oh, I will. Just be patient, please. But when they went to the pyramids, for example, it took a lot of work just to get even inside the pyramids.
Yes.
To do these photographs. And then finally, after a lot of wrangling with the government, and yes, it's really important for us to get in and take these pictures, he gets inside, he sees this, well, it's sort of like a box. How am I going to make this look more interesting? And he sat and he thought about it for a bit and then just put candles all around the room and just got beautiful, beautiful pictures. Oh, neat. He's a very creative photographer.
Very clever.
Yeah, a man who waits till, gets up very, very early in the morning and in order to get that morning light, or once again, and later on in the evening, get that evening light.
Very patient individual then.
Oh, a perfectionist.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, that's great.
And along with the slideshow, there will be music that accompanies all of this, recorded music, but Vangelis and...
Is he a spiritual individual by nature, would you say? Was this a quest of sorts, or...?
Not particularly spiritual. I mean, he had his own spirituality, which for him was founded in nature, basically. And... but what it did for him, this particular journey, was just to reaffirm a lot of the beliefs that he had. And you'll see, I mean, there's Christianity represented here, there's Buddhism, I mean, there's places from all over the world, from primitive cultures. And for him, there's one picture in here of a place that felt very, very close to himself. That's actually here in northern Canada, which he won't say exactly where it is, but I've seen a picture of this. It's 2 Indian heads carved by the wind out of rock. They're tremendous. And
wow.
Yeah. And he said that for him was a very spiritual place, and he won't say where it is. It's not one of the places that's trammeled by tourists at this point. But what he said is you might find your own spirituality in your own backyard. And although he's traveled all over the world, I mean, that there is the very valid point about it's right here with us now, and you might find it there.
That's a neat philosophy to have.
It is.
Very neat, yeah.
Yeah, he's a very lively man. I've seen some interviews with him on some television programs in Toronto, and listening to him on Peter Gzowski on Morningside, and he's a very lively, alive, aware man.
So this definitely is not looking at someone's vacation slides. This.
Oh no, they're beautiful.
Yes.
Please
let vacation. Yes.
Right, and please let me show just one more.
Oh yes, do. Let's.
Yeah, I just want to show this. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera.
That's incredible.
Allison, or Harvey, but this is from Hawaii, and
wow.
it is. It's just beautiful the way. I mean, the moments he catches.
Now you saying that he waits for a special moment. He had to have waited for that.
This
That's
moment
incredible.
to catch this stuff, the fan there in the water. I mean,
incredible.
it's just beautiful what he does. This is from Easter Island, Chaco Canyon here in Arizona, New Mexico. So I'm highly recommending that everybody get out here to this slideshow on Sunday, November the 3rd. I'll just tell you the ticket price is $8. And
Very
you can,
reasonable.
it is very reasonable. He will be selling books at the show. Proceeds from those sales at the show will be going to the World Wildlife Fund, but there are also books available here at Oliver's. And you know,
that sounds like a person with a purpose. That's great.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing this. I mean, it is a form of art, isn't it?
Oh yes,
and
definitely.
The monies toward this are also going to back into the nature that he was taking the pictures from, nature and the man-made things also. But
yeah,
that sounds great. Okay, you people out there, Sunday, November 3rd. At 8 p.m.
Right, only $8. All the tickets are available at the usual outlets here in town, and I'm sure you're going to see a very interesting slideshow and hear some very interesting commentary on these different places in the world from maybe a little bit different perspective.
Excellent. Probably if you'd like information regarding this show, for people who want a little bit more before they come, your phone number.
354-3910.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm Heather, so you can just ask for me there, okay?
Okay. All right, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to discuss the fashion show that's coming up at the Capitol Theater, and we will have another guest along with Heather. Lynn Hazelton will be with us, spit it out, and we'll be right back after this. We are back, and you're watching Capital Times. I'm Karen Agnew, and with me at the moment is Heather Hutchinson and another guest in the studio. This is Lynn Hazelton, and they're going to tell us about the upcoming fashion show at the Capitol Theater Wednesday, November 6th at 8 p.m. Another fashion show. Yay!
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 Why are we doing this? I'll tell you why. Because the fashion show in the spring was such a success.
Yes.
A lot of people came to that. Why not? I mean, it's all Kootenai designers and made right here in the Kootenays. This is all your friends and neighbors here, folks. It was such a tremendous success that the designers themselves thought, well, let's do one in the fall because we'll be able to get a little bit different range of things, of clothing for the fall and the winter and for Christmas time. So here we are again.
And Lynn, we must add, is one of the designers that'll be participating. There you are, participating in the show. And just briefly, we were talking, and Lynn said you're wearing some of the stuff that you designed.
Yep.
Great colors, great colors. Blue, that kind of blue has always been one of my best.
This is a hand-woven fabric.
Oh, yes.
And it's something I wanted to do for a long time, is
Beautiful.
to work with fabric artists so that I would do the design end and they would do the fabric end.
I see.
So I'm working with 3 different fabric artists for this show, so it's very exciting.
What kind of fabrics are you using then, Lynn?
Well, this jacket is 100% wool.
Yes.
And
but it doesn't look scratchy. Let me touch
it's
it.
not, no.
No. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Then I have 100% cotton, some woven,
Yes.
and some hand-painted fabrics too.
Oh, neat. You do that as well.
Well, I'm working with someone
okay, we've
who
got
does that.
the artists that are doing the painting, and then you're doing the designing itself.
Yeah.
Great, great.
So is this jacket lined, Lynn? I didn't
Oh, yeah.
look to see.
Sure.
2, 3, 4.
Did you make the top too?
Yeah, whole works.
The
That's
whole
great.
works.
Pants.
Pants.
Not the socks or the shoes, right?
No, I
Clothes,
thought
though.
about it.
That's great. Great stuff. So what will we be seeing then? We will be seeing those things from you in the fashion show.
Yes,
Each of
I was
those.
in the last 2 fashion shows put on by
Oh, yes?
by Oasis, and I really enjoyed both of them.
Good.
That there's a really good range of designers locally, and because we're not a large urban center, it's not, the designers aren't so visible. So it's really important to have this kind of an event
You
so
bet.
that we all get to see who's here and what they're doing, because there's some really fine work.
Instead of just grabbing someone off the street and saying, "I love it. Where'd you get it?" Right?
Well, today I've
Lynn
had
Hazelton made it.
I think 7 people
Is that
grab
right?
me on this one, because I knew I would wear it to show you.
Oh, it's just
And-
great colors. I could see me in that.
Yes.
Darling. Well, what else are we going to be seeing then? Is it similar? Will there be repeat
No,
designs or?
No, there's a lot of variety, and everything in the show hasn't been seen before, because it's
Great.
a professional. That's the way we approach it. Is
Good.
that we want to show something new every time.
We must
and there's quite
mention
a big
that you are
range.
assisting on this show. How rude of me. Lynn is assisting Heather with the coordination of this show. Excuse me. Go ahead. There's quite a range
There's
of
quite a range of
designers.
styles of clothing being produced. There's the sleepwear, there's special occasion wear, there's just clothes that you could wear anywhere, fun wear, sportswear, and quite a good range of children's wear too. You have some here, don't you?
Right,
let's
I
see.
do. Yeah, one of the designers, Nightingales, we saw last time. She does a lot of sleepwear for little children. But what they noted was that there was a demand or a need for children for clothing for disabled children. Now, I've just brought 3 samples of this today. Well, here's a child's T-shirt. Now you might wonder what's different about this child's T-shirt that might make it easier for a disabled child to wear it. I just want to point out here that there's the sleeves are much larger, and the backs and all of their clothing are made longer, so that they don't
sitting.
ride up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that they don't ride up. They also
Excellent.
Oh no, they're beautifully made, very beautifully made. Let me just here's a
Show me
little sweat top here. You'll see.
All the colors coordinate. They're all mix and match.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
wear anyone with anyone.
But see here on the shoulder here, you can pull it apart like this, or they'll do things with it's all Velcro, Velcro and snaps.
Hey, that's really clever. That gives you a lot more room, but once it's on, it doesn't appear that way.
Yeah, it makes it easier to get things off and on a disabled child, for example. Yeah, see with snaps, they do stock items for like that any child could wear.
Yes.
But I'm sure any mother will know that it's difficult to dress a child sometimes, especially a younger child. And so, I mean, and they do things like put tabs in like this so that you can
Yep.
hike a child up in it. All the bottoms are full bottoms, so if a child is wearing a diaper, it'll fit a child. Once again, you don't have to have, but it's all Velcro, so you can get in and out. Put pockets right in the front, so a disabled child, if he's sitting in his wheelchair, can reach into the pocket.
great.
That's so
Everything's
wonderful. What-
reinforced.
The need is there, and
Yeah.
they are doing something about it. That's great.
It's wonderfully well done. So there's items like this.
Unique.
Unique items. I mean, unique to BC, I think unique to anywhere. It's being made right here.
There's very little clothing of this type in Canada.
Yes.
I know that.
Well,
There's
Nelson
very,
should
very
just become
little.
the capital for this kind of clothing then, by golly.
And many other things.
Yes.
But I mean, the range goes from like Deborah Benjamin. You might remember last time we did, she did men's silk underwear.
Oh, we're going to have some more of that, are we?
Oh, it was a hit.
Let's go, girls.
But I just mentioned a few of the people's names, like Lightning Images. She does party dresses, and she's also doing more casual wear this time. And Courtney Kate, she does her lingerie. We've got different kinds of weavers. There's a new woman in town, Birta Wilson Ackner, does really beautiful things from, she's from Vancouver. Knitwits, huge,
Colorful.
woolly, heavy, keep you really snugly and warm.
By golly, you need that in
Yeah,
the middle of
sweaters.
winter, yes.
And people like all the way out from your area, Crawford Bay, like Janet Wallace, and who's also knitting and
Weaving.
weaving.
This is one of hers.
This is a fabric
This is her
that she's
fabric,
made.
yeah.
Just great. Will the pace be as quick and, I mean, it was really neat last time.
Every show we do is better than the last one. I would say it would be twice as good as the last one. The last one was great.
Are we looking at the same amount of models and age range, that sort of thing?
It's a surprise. Wait and see.
They're not telling us any secrets.
Let's say it'll be fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This sounds most intriguing.
Yeah, it'll be fun, and I think it'll be, yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. And it'll be very creative and very
wink,
beautiful.
nudge, nudge.
Right, that's right,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, let's give them the information then as far as ticket prices and
Ticket prices
where they can get them and all the rest of
really
that.
easy, $5
Oh.
only.
No
That's
sweat.
a bargain.
That is a bargain, and you can get them at the usual places.
Capitol Theater.
the Express Office, Oliver's Eddie Music here in town, and probably Pete's TV in Castlegar. And 8 o'clock, Wednesday night, November the 6th. What else are we missing here?
Will the designers, will you be selling your
Yes,
wares, as it were, taking orders?
Well, probably there will be. We're going to show afterwards. We're going to spread ourselves around the hall and let people come up close and see
Great.
the clothes.
Good
so
idea.
you can touch them and feel them if you want to try them on.
I mean, I meet it. Get over here. Let me touch that.
Right. And the thing is, too, like I mean, this is one of the things that we, as Lynn mentioned before, is that we want to be able to associate faces and with the clothing.
Right on. Yep.
And that these people, because I mean, they're spread out all over the area, and a lot of them aren't or are not able to show in stores, or they're not showing in stores. So
Or the stores they're showing in are not here, so that people don't know about them.
Right. Oh, that's really important then.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody who attended the last one, and I can't think of anyone who didn't have a really good time.
That was the feeling I had.
And a lot of mingling and visiting going on too, which is a very relaxed atmosphere. This is not ooh la wee she, and you have to come dressed in your very best, correct?
Well, here we are dressed like this, for example,
Well,
Karen, right? Here she is dressed to the nines in her brand new, that she designed herself, outfit, and here we are. Can you help us, Lynn, right?
Yes.
Is there a designer out there who can help us?
A designer in the house, by golly.
Please.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
There's a lot of variety. There's something really for everyone to choose
that's
from.
great.
Yeah.
So, do you think that is it feasible to think that some of the designers could design things specifically for people then?
Oh, sure.
Some people do. Some people
Yes.
like to do more like a line, like a manufactured line, and
Yes.
some people do custom things.
Yes.
So you'll get to meet them and you'll find out.
All right, this sounds great. Okay, one more time, let's give them the date.
Wednesday, November the 6th at 8 p.m. at the Capitol Theater. The charge is only $5. You're going to meet a lot of very, very talented, at this point, women who design and create and make and manufacturing clothing and fashion for all ages here in Nelson and the surrounding area in the Kootenays.
Oh, just one little note. Accessories also in this show?
Not so much.
Not so much.
It's the clothing.
Okay, so the clothing is what we're going to see this time. Great.
Right.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much, both of you, for being on the show today. That's great.
Great, thank you.
And everybody, get geared up for the next fashion show. The last one was a hoot. Okay, thank you very much. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this. We are back, and you're watching Capital Times. I'm Karen Agnew, and we have another guest in the studio for you today. This is Gus Bos, and Gus, welcome. Glad you're here to speak with us today. Gus is stage director?
Stage director.
Stage director of the Mikado, which is being presented by the Nelson Little Theatre, and it's coming up very soon at the Capitol Theatre. It'll be, give us the dates. October
the 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah.
October the 31st, Halloween. Good time to come though.
Ooh, yeah.
And November 1st and 2nd.
Right on. Now, are we going to invite people to come on the Halloween evening dressed up? It just occurred to me. Everyone else will be in costume.
Be kind of wonderful, be kind of different, be kind of a
would
change.
too.
Yeah, why
Well,
not? Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Gus is going to tell us, first of all, for those few people out there that really don't know what the Mikado is all about, perhaps a brief synopsis of the play.
I knew you were going to ask that question. and really, the thing is, of course, the Mikado is something that was written in the 1880s to take advantage of the tremendous interest there was in things Japanese in England.
Yes.
And it also coincided with the exhibition, the Japanese exhibition at Knightsbridge in London. The Mikado, the story of the Mikado deals around Nenkipu, the son of the Mikado. And
This guy's called Nenkipu.
His name is called Nenkipu. Yes. Well, this is 1880. This is Gilbert and Sullivan. This is satire. This is fun. Okay.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with Japan, really. All right. Nenkipu, the son of the Mikado, is betrothed to Katisha, who is old and ugly. That's what the script calls for. And he doesn't want to marry her, so he runs away and joins a touring musician troupe.
Okay.
So the play begins when Nenkipu returns to find his real love. Yum Yum.
Yum yum. Okay.
Yum Yum. All right? Now, in the meantime, while he has been away, Yum Yum has become betrothed to Coco, the Lord High Executioner. Actually, Coco was a cheap tailor who was put into jail for flirting in public.
Oh no!
And flirting in public had a penalty of decapitation. The unfortunate part is that there was nobody who could decapitate, so he became the Lord Chief Executioner. Okay, so we go through all these machinations and so forth, and this goes on and on and on, and there's lots of fun, and there's lots of satire and so forth. And then eventually, of course, at the end, Coco married.
Oh, don't give it away.
I gave it away.
Honest to
Coco gave it away. But let's put it this way. Everybody lives happily ever after.
As it should be.
As it should be. As it should be. It's a lot of fun, and of course, as the usual practice, we have changed some of the lyrics to make them up to date and so forth. That's usually done. We have done something different with this production. Usually done in Japanese costumes. Really, it has nothing to do with Japan. So we put it in the 1880s in England.
Where it was written, right?
Where it was written, yes. Very recently, I saw a production by Jonathan Miller. You may know Jonathan Miller. He's a chap who's the doctor who decided he didn't want to be a doctor, but he wanted to be a director.
Yes.
So he's done all sorts of things. He's done Così fan tutte, the Mozart opera, and he has also done this. And he put it in the 30s, and he made a whole bunch of people gangsters and so forth.
Oh,
it's
that's neat. So it's the kind of play that you could feel, you could take the liberty to do this sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
okay, Gilbert and Sullivan is fairly well known for being able to do that to their show.
That's right. That's right. And so it's a lot of fun. We have also the cast size is fairly flexible because there are 8 or 9 major characters, and then there is a chorus.
Yes.
And we decided, for practical reasons, to go with a fairly small cast. So we have a cast of about 20 rather than a cast of I've seen it with 50.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen it with 50. We have a cast of 20 and there's some doubling involved. Chorus members also are characters, and it's working out very well. I'm very excited about it. It's very much fun.
Can we throw a few names out there of the cast that you've got performing? So
now you got to realize this, okay? And you know this as a theater person, there are no stars.
Of course not.
But there are people who have bigger roles. Of course not.
I'm mugging.
There are people who have big roles, and there are people who have smaller roles, right? Okay, so everybody is just as important as everybody else. But in the leading roles, we have Alan Dodsworth, who's singing Nenkipu.
Oh, great.
Another leading man is Brian Dion, who is singing Coco, the Lord High Executioner.
I believe I heard him in the theater this morning.
No,
that was the other person.
There's Jim Matisse, who is playing Pooh Bah.
Okay.
We also have Tim Spencer, who is a very big man with a big, beautiful bass voice.
Great.
Down deep, and he sings, of course, the Mikado, right? Wonderful stuff. In the women's part, we have Laurie Jarvis as Yum Yum.
Great voice.
Oh, yes. And of course, a very delightful person.
Yes.
And we have also in the women's cast Joy Schultz, who is, people may know her, she's a wonderful soprano, alto soprano, and she sings wonderfully, and of course she's Katisha, the evil older woman.
Oh, great.
Okay, but as I said, there are a whole lot of people in the cast, and each carries their own weight. We have a wonderful, wonderful musical director, Kevin Innes. Kevin is new to Nelson, but he's proven to be such a wonderful, marvelous guy.
That's a good find,
Yeah,
yes?
he's just absolutely delightful, and he's done such a wonderful job. We have many, many other people involved behind the scene, from the stage manager, Brett Ferguson, to the stage designer, Joanne Kelsall, and all these people are all coming together, and it's been a lot of fun.
Is the set itself going to be something to see?
I hope so. We had very grandiose plans for the set, but unfortunately we've had to scale it down a bit because of practical considerations, because one show was cancelled, as you know, the Alberta Ballet, and they're
Right.
coming back in the middle, and so we have to take down the set, so we had to make it a little easier and a little more portable, because we have to take it down and put it back up again.
But you're making use of the entire stage. People that come to see this show are definitely going to get a big show.
Oh yeah, oh yes, and big orchestra, of course. We have an orchestra of about 8 to 10 people
Yes.
to play the music,
Oh,
right? Oh
great.
yeah, oh yes, we have an
that in
orchestra.
mind, too,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, sure. Hey, this is, but it's been fun, and I think people will really enjoy this. It's also a little different because really, I didn't want to do yet another Mikado where everybody walked around in Japanese costumes. I
Right.
wanted to try for something new.
Oh, this will be fun.
It almost always is.
Yeah.
When it isn't fun, it stands out in your mind that it wasn't fun. But I know that this one is going to be fun.
Well, it's
It
been
has-
fun so far, yes?
It's been fun so far, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Great. Now, I understand that this time the Nelson Little Theatre is going to do reserve seating
Yeah.
for performances, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Rather than rush seating for everything,
That's right.
they can come and pick where they'd like to sit.
Yeah, and we're selling only at the Capitol Theatre this time. In past years, we've sold tickets at other places, but since it is reserved seating, tickets are only at the Capitol Theatre. Hey, and they're a bargain.
Oh, yes? Tell us about it.
$8.50 for adults.
Yes.
$6.50 for seniors and students.
That's
hey,
great.
where else are you going to get a wonderful evening of entertainment for that kind of price? Hey, man, wonderful.
They've got to come.
so if
That's
you're,
including GST, correct?
that's right. That's
Sticking
that's
GST, yeah.
no, not that's
It's sort of a thing that happens.
that's the sort of a thing that happens. The $8.50 is included everything. That's the
Great.
price. Okay.
And $6.50 is students and seniors.
That's right.
Yes, that's most reasonable.
Yeah, and I know a lot of seniors will want to come. As a matter of fact, we already booked a tour in.
Great.
From some people bringing in a tour busload of
Yes.
seniors, about 50 people, I think.
Oh, it'll be a good
For
show. That's
opening
opening
night.
night, too.
That's for
yeah.
opening
So
night,
if
yeah.
people are considering going opening night, they should definitely get their tickets ASAP, because I know that night's filling up very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Well, you know, and opening night we always give also the complimentary tickets to the.
Oh, are we doing that with this?
Oh yes, well the
Oh, the cast.
the cast always gets complimentary tickets, right?
I see, yes.
And they all, every member of the cast gets 2 complimentary tickets, and if you figure that we have 20 people in the cast,
That's a
plus
few
the backstage people, we're already looking at 50 to 60 people tickets distributed.
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
leaves us, of course,
With no,
and with the 40 already or 50 already sold,
yeah.
if you want to come,
Get on it quickly.
hustle down to the Capitol Theatre, right?
Yeah, we'll take reservations also for that show, which is most handy.
Yeah.
If people can't make it into town, or if you're from just outside of town, feel free to give us a call, and we'll put some tickets aside for you. That's no problem at all.
3526.
6363.
You got her.
And we
Okay.
say every time, don't be shy. Come on down and peek in. I mean, the set's probably being built over the next few weeks, and they can probably see a little bit of
Well,
that happening.
not over the next few weeks.
Then, it's 1 week building, and
We're
that's
going
it,
to
eh?
build. We're going to be built in Saturday morning, and we like to be finished by.
Holy smokes.
We like to be finished by Sunday night, so we can rehearse on it Sunday night.
There's a lot of carpenters hustling for this one. believe
Yes,
you
that's right.
me.
And we have to also take out a pit, of course, for the
Right.
orchestra. And
Right.
so, yes, we'll be hustling.
Okay, well, we would invite everyone out there then, if you're considering seeing the Mikado, good considering, get on it though. Get down to the Capitol or give us a call at 352-6363. Gus, thank you very much for being on the show.
It's been a
nice to see you again. Oh, it's great.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we will be back at you in another 2 weeks. Keep flicking these cameras on me. Capital Times, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.